All right, Shalom. All praise going on. It goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Bdyhax, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Tazai with another edition of the Mark of the Beast. And I have an article here from KXAN.com. And the headline is, "You can get microchip at Austin's body hacking conference." Okay? So, they continue to push this implantable microchip technology. And this is something that we've been talking about here at Great Millstone for years, how this man Esau is going to start pushing this technology heavy, and we're seeing it every day in the news. They already had the legislation going around in Arkansas about regulating the microchip amongst employers, okay? And then you had maybe about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, you had this company in Wisconsin microchip its employees to buy and pay for things. Now we understand that that's the prophecy spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter, starting at the 16th verse on down. All right, that he's going to cause all, he causes all, both small and great, free and bond, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and then no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, and this is what we're looking at here, man. So now it says you can get microchip at Austin's body hacking conference. Okay. So now this is dated February 22nd, 2019, the year of Karagma. Okay. Let's see here. We got this ad. See if I can go back on the ad. Okay, here we go. I think I can stop it. Okay. All right, so let's get back into this article. Like I said, this is February 22nd, 2019, the year of Karagma, which Karagma is the Greek word for mark. When you go into Revelation 13 and 16, which basically means to cut into, engrave, or cut into with a sharp point or a needle. Okay? Which the root of that word is the karax. And that's what this implantable needle, this needle is going to, this hypodermic needle is going to push into your hand or your forehead, which is this microchip. Okay? So it says advocates of body hacking will gather in Austin this weekend to promote everything from bionic limbs to human microchips that can serve as anything from identification to a car key. All right? So they're pushing this in these different conferences and demonstrations and things, and that's a big thing now, are these human microchips. Okay. It says I guess this is Bdyhax 2019. The fourth iteration of the annual conference brings together a wide cross-section of technology and techniques to make a person's body work better, or at least work differently. So that's how they want to push this microchip, that it's going to be something, good for humans or good for mankind. It's going to make you better. All right. Smarter. Okay. Well, down here it says that's prosthetics, that's wearable tech, that's yoga and body modification. Yeah, prosthetics. If you lose a limb and they give you a prosthetic arm, well, if you get the brain chip, all right, or the Neuralink brain chip, then you'll be able to control that prosthetic arm or that prosthetic limb or leg with your mind, like you do your other arm. Okay. This is what they want to do. It says that's prosthetics, that's wearable tech, that's yoga and body modification, said Trevor Goodman, event director and co-founder of the conference. Goodman showed off his own most recent hack, a radio frequency identification RFID chip in his left hand. Okay? Now you got Israelites out there would, say, oh, well, that's your, your left hand, but it doesn't matter what hand you get it in. It's still the mark of the beast. It's still implanted under the skin, which is a violation of Levitical law. Okay, about how that thou shalt not make no cuttings in thy flesh. Okay. So putting a needle under your skin, no matter where it's at, that's in violation of the commandments. So we're pushing the commandments by saying not to take this microchip here. Okay. Now it says it's the same technology veterinarians implant into pets as a way to identify dogs and cats, but humans are using them to make their lives simpler or in some cases safer. It says you can log into your computer, you can open your doors with the chips, Goodman said. I know people who start their motorcycles this way. I know people who start their cars this way. I know a guy who has his gun set to only fire if it detects his RFID implant. Now this is something that the apostles, starting with Apostle Dahar here at GMS, he's been saying this for years that they're going to start pushing the microchip in classes, by groups of people, types of people, your job or whatever. And he talked about these different cops. I'm talking about like 08, 09. He talked about these different cops, which in order to, make sure your service weapon, your 9 or your 45, whatever Glock you have, issued to you as a police officer, in order to get a perpetrator or suspect to not be able to fire your weapon, they give you this microchip implant, and then only if you have the microchip implant or a fingerprint will they be able to fire that police officer's weapon. So that's something safe for the police officers. So that's one way to get these law enforcement officers and even military personnel to take the microchip. Okay? So this thing is moving, man. And if you can't see it, you're just blind. It's like this is the way of the world now. Biometrics and human microchips. Okay? It says those attending the weekend conference will be able to have a chip implanted for less than $100. See, look at that. For less than $100, they're going to give you the mark of the beast. Okay? This is something else, man. It says those attending the weekend conference will be able to have a chip implanted for less than $100, Goodman said, along with being able to experience other technologies that are changing human bodies. And that's what they want to do. All right? They want to change humans into robots that they can control. Okay? Now let's see here. It says the conference, matter of fact, let me read this up here. It says a lot of this technology is here, and a lot of this technology exists now, Goodman said. We're not a futurism show. So this isn't something you're talking about 5, 10, 15, 20 years into the future. This is something that is already being developed and is existing right now that they want the public to take a hold onto. All right? With these human implants. Okay? All right? These human microchip implants. It says it's also not a show about gene editing and creating designer babies, he explained. The focus instead is on self-directed modification and augmentation. That's your transhumanism. Esau wants to push this transhumanism out to the world to like I said, really gain control of the souls of the people. Okay? It says, with ethics and autonomy at the forefront, the conference's tagline, "Get chipped or don't," embodies that philosophy. And while exhibitors will demonstrate the kind of tech that is already changing lives, there's a lot more to come. Okay? So, this is something I believe they had over this past weekend in Austin. And, they're pushing the chip, man. 2019 is the year of Karagma. We've been saying it. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh, we believe that we're the prophets of the Lord pushing this truth. Okay? Because you other Israelites out there aren't doing it. All right? Because you're lacking some of the oil, and that oil goes into the prophecies. And the prophecies of the mark of the beast is very important. It might be the most important prophecy before Yahweh Shai comes back, you know, because once that chip is out there, all hell's going to break loose, World War III, and then the, you know, destruction and the deliverance, you know. But that's it, you know, that's the edification that I wanted to bring out through this, you know, this microchip. Mark of the beast is here. It's being pushed heavily. And don't take it. With that, I'm going to say shalom.